Well, welcome to ObamasWeapon.com, man. Hey, I just discovered another secret, because I know the secret to America, at least. People wonder why pharmaceuticals are pushed onto society the way they are, as exclusively as that type of treatment is. They prefer medication over many other types of treatment, even though medication is dangerous, killing 100,000 people a year. And these are just old numbers. And these are properly prescribed drugs. Uh, there's no complications, there's no misprescribing involved. So that's just the effect of the drug killing people. 100,000 people in America a year, according to the American Medical Association. And that's a 2000 article. These pathetic antipsychotics and these pathetic psych drugs have been found to cause iatrogenic disease. So you give a person any of these drugs, actually, Ritalin, fucking Zoloft, Zyprexa, fucking Abilify, they're damaging people's brains to cause mental illness. And they don't treat a person's illness because, well, a person's brain is meant, you're not supposed to go in there and tamper with it, right? And here these drugs are blocking receptors and erasing things. That's what their jobs are, is to interrupt things. And then that prevents things from working. That's the theory behind the fucking drugs. So a person would be experiencing reality without any drugs in them, but if you put in a drug, suddenly it's damaging the brain's function, putting it into another state that they would not ever be in if they weren't on the drug. And it prevents them, their emotions don't work, their thoughts don't work, their memories don't work. They end up having all sorts of damage done, like they get encephalopathy, they get dystonia, they get whatever. And their conditions are made permanent the longer they use the drug. And so I remember the first time I ever had one of these drugs put in me. It fucked me up good. And I had nightmares and night sweats, and I was bumping up and down in my chair for weeks. I was literally bouncing up and down for muscle convulsions in my body. Wouldn't stop. And what they try to do is, doctors, they know that's going on, every fucking one of them. They know all their patients in there having electrical zaps, and they don't fucking take them off the fucking drug, and they don't stop putting the drug in them. You know, that's the key is prevention. Anyway, once you have a disruption like that occur, it can be lifelong. It actually cannot, recover. You don't recover, and it's not just like remove the drug, you recover. You just interrupted a delicate thing going on in the mind. Billions and billions of things happening in the mind, trillions and trillions and trillions all at once, just interrupted. Okay, and so it's why you can end up having a person very sick for a very long time. And they just put more drugs in them. That's the way they usually do it. They cover it up like it's a worsening of mental illness or fucking something, or it's just their mental illness, because they don't want to admit that they've hurt people. That's the thing. So there are people on the side that are taking a look at this and saying, yeah, this is hurtful to people, but the vast majority of everyone else, they're not doing nothing to stop it. They keep going forward. They keep refusing to change their ways. But why is this so popular? There's another thing driving it. Well, societal control, but not only that, profits. Guess what? Who owns the pharmaceutical companies? Rich people. And so they're giving up some of their tax money. This is money they believe it's theirs, right? They're finding ways to basically mine that couple. Actually, let's take a step back. They're finding a way to mine society, to pull money out of it and put it into their pockets. So they set up little companies like Pfizer and fucking AstraZeneca, bullshit, and then all of it. They invest lots of money to own shares and stocks, and they got options. And the more money these companies take in, the more the investors and the CEOs and the people get. And then you have also the money is kicked back to like senators and congressmen, large big money trail there. You could see that they just got $200,000. They're campaigning millions and millions of dollars to elect Obama or fucking whoever. So they found a way to basically, if they invest money in healthcare, it's gonna go to them. And in these pill form, it's owned by a company. It's all patented. And so the money can be extracted in the pill form. But other forms of treatment, like psychotherapy or family therapy, cannot be profited off of like that. The money stays in your community. It goes to a local person. Alternate treatments like functional treatments and rehab kick to the curb in favor of a pill that's got $1 to it that goes right to a rich person. The money profits go to a rich person or a company that is ran and owned by rich people. And so there's a system in America that's set up like that. And it's just money lost to the rich people. And there's so many systems set up. They're trying to maximize the amount of dollars that they can take from everything and put into their accounts. Everyone else, the rest of society, the middle class, they're just being drained. Money gone. Can't afford school. Can't afford health care. Can't afford anything. Can't afford your own home. Can't afford to buy a new car. You're in high debt. You got to put everything on a credit card or a loan. And that's radically different from a long time ago, because it took many years of them breaking down the system to get it like this. A long time ago, you were being paid a decent wage, and you weren't in debt. You didn't have debt. You could afford to send your son, daughter to college and not have any debt. They wouldn't have any debt. They had dental care and health care and benefits. Everyone was happy. All that's gone because the capitalistic fuckers at the top of the game decided that they wanted that money for them instead. It's now just shifted from us to them. It's still there. And it's all like that. Everything you look at. And it's more profitable to put us in prison or to shoot us dead, too. There's all sorts of systems set up. It's like a program in the Matrix, like a bird program, like they're talking about it. Like, there's a program running those birds, and there's a program running the sun, making it rise and fall. Well, there's a program in America making it do everything that the rich people want. Okay? And everyone else just lives by that fucking pathetic rule. And we don't need that. As the regular old people in the public, we own the vote, see? And the vote, we can elect our own selves, see? And then we could write a law, boom, that taxes the rich and takes all the money back, and then gives it to the poor again in the middle class. See, that's what they don't want us to do. But the law is that powerful. We could take away all the old laws, put in new laws, new regulation, new taxes, fucking own. We just fix the system. But they don't, public is so stupid, they're not organizing. They're not electing themselves. They're electing the uber rich. Every fucking senator and congressman is some rich fucker that has been elected by their own group of people. Okay? Millions come from these companies to get these people elected every year. Every fucking year, every term. And they only give us a certain amount of choices because, boom, the votes are going to go to either one of them. You only get so many choices. It's automatic. So it's restricted in who's on the ballot, and all that. And only certain people are getting money, right, to run. That's another way they do it. So they control who's getting elected. The public just has to start electing their own people. And they're not doing it. They're listening to everything they hear on TV. It's fucking insane. They don't get any benefit from it, though. There's no benefit. You can't look at what you're doing, and everything that you're doing, it's not getting a result for you. Like, you should get a check for $1 million from the government. That's how you know that it's doing something for you. Because you could elect someone let's just say you go all around the country and you put in your own people, then you could have a bill written to give you $1,000,000. That's how you know you were just successful. Okay? You got to stop acting like you're not worth two shits and like you're supposed to get something out of it. Right now, you're not getting shit out of it. You're cut out of the negotiation. The other people, though they've taken advantage of it, they are getting something from it. Okay? They're getting the bills written for them. And the public doesn't even fucking see it like that. They don't even understand that that's what's going on. That's what the whole game is about. It's a fucking game. It's called hyper game theory, man. Everything's maximized to the extreme. They got fucking money. They got fucking accountants. They got fucking scientists all working for them. You got to start playing on the same level field, okay? Public, if you want to get some of the fucking pie. And you can have it all. Whoever controls the seats in Congress, it's very easy. You just vote for someone who's going to do your job that you want, not one of the people they pick out. Just elect your fucking mom. Elect your fucking dad. Elect your guy, the guy who runs your fucking, library. No, not the state employees, though. Or elect the fucking guy running your fucking golf club or whatever. As long as he ain't connected to these special fucking groups and he's just like an average, everyday Joe. Like the soccer mom people, Put her in power. The guy who runs the local car shop, mechanic shop, put him in fucking power. And get him to start writing bills that tax the rich. That's what you want. Tax the fucking rich. Okay? Restore individual freedom. So there is a system where it is the rich are allowing people to be drugged because that's the more profitable treatment. That's the one that they can control with patents and they manufacture the drug. They own all the stocks to the company. So the money that the government, they take money from usually government, right? Government gives you health care. Government gives you Medicaid, whatever, or you even buy it yourself. And boom, you go to the doctor and you want treatment. Well, they restrict it to very few types of treatment. Usually drugs will be the first thing they prescribe. Boom. You're given an illness for the drug, right? You get iatrogenic disease. At the same time, you're also paying for that drug. You're paying for all the shit that goes with that drug and the other drugs. That money immediately, once paid for, the drug goes right back to the fucking rich people. It's a system of all the money people get in society goes back to the rich people. So they, got it set up like that. That's why you get loans too for things. Because when you get a loan, you owe the money right back to the fucking company that gave you the loan. It's all set up like that. You don't owe anything for yourself. It's all on a loan and you're always paying something back to somebody else. And you're getting sicker. The drugs have found to be killing people, making people sicker, and all these side effects, all these damages. It's occurring to your brains and your bodies, and that's all that happens. You take some Nexium, Nexium fucks up the pumps in your stomach, and you weren't producing excess amounts of acid before. Now you are. You try to stop taking it, and the acid comes out in greater quantities than ever before because of hypersensitivity develops. Brain damage and nerve damage. It goes on. Okay? It's like that with almost every drug. Every drug is some type of receptor blocker anymore. It's all the same. They're all doing the same crap. And you do that and you're damaging yourself. You're not actually fixing it, whatever the problem is. Fixing it could involve cutting back the amount you eat. Because some people call it a lifestyle drug. They know that people don't have a real condition, but they're eating too much and their lifestyles are fucked up. Oh, they're still giving a treatment out that's deadly for it, though. And then you get a real condition after that, after you use it. Prozac's another lifestyle drug. All these mental health drugs are. They found out, go fuck up your life, and then as soon as you go and tell a doctor about your fucked up life, the only thing they're going to do is give you fucking Prozac. So they listen to your lifestyle, they hear how fucked up it is. They don't do nothing to verify what's going on, your condition. It's just instantaneous prescription for a drug is written. That's the way it is in most doctor's offices. So It's automatic. It's set up like that. All they got to do, diagnose based on your lifestyle, and boom, it's an immediate prescription for a drug. And a lot of profits involved in that. A long time ago, they even used to have things, kickbacks for doctors, taking doctors out to expensive trips and fancy restaurants. And the state hospital, they had like pharmaceutical reps would go right there and try to pitch their drug to state hospitals. It's not happening as much anymore, and some of it's illegal. More moved underground under the table. But they used to be doing that openly, in the 90s especially. And I don't know when it stopped, but I heard that they were doing it. People were saying, oh, that was the number one thing was go, like Oregon State Hospital, go over, they used to have people go to the cafeteria, and there they were fucking selling drugs to the doctors. Here, pitch our drug, use our drug instead of this one, That's what they used to do. And I don't, they'd take them on trips. They'd fucking buy meals for them, take them out to dinner. Other bullshit. A lot of stuff would go on. Invite them on a fucking fancy trip, or to a conference. Pay for it all. Other stupid shit. Because the profits off of those prescriptions were insane, staggering. You get the whole country prescribing this crap, and you make so much money off of it. All the other treatments are eliminated, but yours. And even if, they found that non-drug treatments were more effective and you were healthier and greater functioning. If you're like a schizophrenic, you actually lose all your symptoms the longer you go. So you wait like 10, 20 years, you'll recover on your own. But at the same time, the whole time you're living with your symptoms, most people are higher functioning. They go on to have jobs and wives and children. But if they're on the drug, they become permanently fucking crippled and disabled. And everyone talks about it. Drugs a hidden gulag, or goulash or whatever. It's a fucking drug that hurts people. And they're made to be crippled, emotional pieces of shit because their brains are damaged. And that's all they could be. It's causing them to be freaks. And then, they never regain their lives. It just shuts down their neural network. Destroys it. But they're still prescribing it. Some of the most prescribed drugs, actually, even for conditions that aren't schizophrenia, they're just giving them out. You can shut down 80% of your brain with Zyprexa just by taking the standard dose. 80% gone. So you're operating with less than 20% of your brain at any given moment, because the way the receptors work is they'll bind and unbind to the fucking different receptor sites. Every moment's a little different because they're unbinding and binding. But when they're binded, boom, it's blocking some connection and racing things overall. Just different impulses shut down and prevented from coming through. And you end up being, you can't even tell the difference usually because your brain don't have error correction. And, if you're not, the side effects can take a while to get severe enough to be really noticeable, but most people develop a lot of damage pretty quick. If you try to go off the drug, you'll have a lot of reaction. You might have intense crying, vomiting reflex, different crap that, and then the doctor blames it on your mental health condition, though. You'll be like all fucked up. You don't immediately regain your attention. Your memories and dreams don't come back fully. And everything.